You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV want to shout out.
Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. Cam Capone, what you been doing? Like, you're releasing this just now. You're talking about the situation with NBA YoungBoy getting into it with Buddy for screaming out OTF. Allegedly, that's what everybody thought, right? And then, you know, NBA YoungBoy telling dude, let me see about that, man. Let's see about that. We gotta put the squabbles on. But Cam Capone, man, NBA YoungBoy been released for dang near 3 weeks, almost going on a month now, man. Like, what you doing with this content? Like, man, you tripping. But if YB did do what was just said that he did and what everybody initially reported, then he would in fact be living up to his music and what he says he is, which is a angster with a G at the beginning, right? You know, you got to give people credit where it's due. You know, either people do what they do or they don't do what they say they do, right? But 607 Ankh is bringing to light something that may happen slightly different. Something that nobody else has pointed out on YouTube, you feel me? Or on any other news platform. Nobody has ever pointed this out to have happened like this. You know, I'm finna go and bring it to y'all like, you know, 607 Ankh saying like, dude may not have been poking out, because if dude was on some OTF or anything to that extent, dude was like poking his chest out and he was tripping and he was doing too much. You feel me? But, you know, like I say, 607 Ankh is saying that he might have, 607 Ankh is saying that it went more like, dude was like, man, I mess with OTF, or I mess with, did he say I mess with Dirk, or I mess with OTF, or I mess with their music or something like that? So it was more so of a one is a passive approach and one is a aggressive approach. You know, I'm OTF, or I rock with OTF, or I rock with Dirk, and FNBA, all that is aggressive. But, you know, I mess with Dirk, or I rock with Dirk, I rock with OTF. You know, they music good. I listen to Dirk, you know, music, man. Them my boys. I would like to meet them one day. Or Dirk, I'm a fan of Dirk. All that is passive and more so a civilized conversation. And in instances like that, you know, only bullies prey on stuff like that, and, you know, people that are, but hey, in YB's case, YB be turned up with everybody. I mean, we've seen instances after instances where YB turn up, whether in clubs, whether outside the clubs, his concerts, on the streets. It seems like he is consistent, right? But like I'm saying, y'all listen to what Ankh has to say, Ankh and CC has to say, and y'all judge it for yourself. But right before we get into that, gotta ask you to please hit the like button. You know, this lets the algorithm know that this video has what it takes to do good, and it so more people can see it like you're watching it, and it just don't do 5-10 views. You know, that's weak, man. That ain't cool. You know, share this with friends, family, associates, anybody you can, whenever you can. More so than that, I need you to personally subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do it now, you can surely wait to the end of the video just to see if I earn it, and then do it at the end. And if you forget, I'll remind you. But one thing I just need you to do is keep your word. All right? Last but not least, tap the notification bell. Keep you notified on any and everything this channel provides. All right? With that being said, I'm done talking. Roll that thing.
Well, NBA YoungBoy, you know, they're saying right now he's in the hole.
NBA.
Because he got in a wild fight. You know, I guess he was on the yard or something, and somebody yelled out, "This is OTF" at him, and, you know, YoungBoy responded with, you know, "UOTF," and I guess they went in the cell and handled their business. Allegedly, YoungBoy dropped him with a couple, you know, a nice two-piece.
He put hands and feet on him?
But that ain't what happened though. It's kind of like what happened, but he didn't yell no OTF, right? They was talking, and he kind of like said that he liked OTF, and then they went in the cell and started fighting. He didn't yell it, he didn't scream it. Dude didn't even really for OTF. He just said he liked OTF, right? He was way smaller than YoungBoy, right? Way smaller than you posting. Come on, gang, stop playing with me. YoungBoy did it to check in because he about to come home. So in the Fed, they do a thing like this, right? When it's time for you to go home, they try to, that's what I'm mama, they try to make sure they do something so you cannot go home. So YoungBoy knew that. So the smallest, he hit a couple times so he can go to the hole. I'm hip to that. I'm hip to that. You can't trick me with that. That's old fashioned.
Man, they say YoungBoy standing on business.
Come
in
on,
there,
guy.
man. He's about it.
Skinny as shit. YoungBoy really skinny. He can't fight.
He stand on business.
He too skinny to stand on something.
No, you ain't got it. It ain't about your size.
Everybody in jail lifting weights. They big, they cocky. He just got there. They little. He little.
Man, Aunt is a cold-blooded hater with the H at the beginning. Cold-blooded. You know, you talking about YB can't stand on business. He ain't standing on business. He too little. He too... What is you talking about? You the same weight as him, as YB, and you way shorter than YB. YB will do that to you, Aunt. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, I got my money on YB. Yeah. Send this to 607 Aunt. Tell them Soda TV got a 5 on YB. I got 5 bands on YB. Period. Let's roll. But yeah, I went to the original video of this situation dealing with YB getting down on dude, because, and I ain't gonna lie, it was reported about 3 weeks ago, so these comments are not newer comments, but y'all get a feel for the fans, you know, you feel me? You get a genuine feel for it. First one, we got at One Deep J2513. Half of the people saying he ain't like that must have never seen him PUNCH on when he used to do shows. Facts. You can simply look at those performances YB used to do, and he used to literally jump in the crowd and do the fisticuffs, getting them on with the jewelry on. I think his security and his boys used to have to jump out there behind him, like, man, you tripping? Like, yeah, YB then did, yeah, and he multiple shows, like, ain't had no picks neither. You know, he ain't choosing to pounce on the smallest person or somebody his size. Is anybody out there tweaking? YB, it's facts. I ain't no YB D-Rider at all. You feel me? Moving on, we got at UK_DrexZ, DREXZY. He says, or she says, whoever, I don't understand why people want YB to just be scared or something. It doesn't make sense. Facts. He's a man just like us with emotions, feelings, a pair of hands, and a pair of feet. So he should be able to have feelings and act on them just like we do. But what it is simply people want YB to lose. They want him to take a L every rip. you know, and that's you can understand that from growing up in the hood. You know, people that always got their chest poked out, always doing good. People always want them to take a L. They want to see their downfall because either they doing so good for so long, or either how I be looking at it, I be like, man, you know, person that's on all this tough rah-rah all the time, you know, you want to see them get tested by somebody of their, you know, get tested by somebody else who rah, and you know, when they do meet their defeat, it do be like, yeah, man, now you can humble yourself down. So I felt like that about people before, but very rarely, you know what I'm saying? Because at most times it be some hating stuff people be on with that stuff, man. Just want to see a person taking an L for no reason because they miserable. Like, get on with that. Last comment at official CTG Keenan 4236. Can't wait for one of the pages to drop the footage, but it may not be one since they went into the cell. Facts. Dang, man, that's facts. Right? But it'll be just decent to, even if all we see is YB directing dude to come to the cell and get it on, that'd be fulfilling, right? Because at least we get to see the energy that YB displayed, you know, and that'd be enough for YB fans to say, ooh, yeah, I told y'all he like that. Like, and all it's gonna do is just make his fan base skyrocket again, make his clout go up more than it is. He already the #1 rap artist in the world. Like, he can't really go no higher. So that's all it's gonna do is make his fans go crazy, his buzz go up. I don't even think it can go no higher for real, if you want to be really technical. Do y'all think that the dude was bold enough and actually was screaming OTF, or do y'all think like 607 Aunt suggested that dude was basically, you know, saying, you know, I mess with dude, no, I mess with either what he say, either Dirk or OTF or whatever. I don't like to be wrong. That's why I'm saying either or. I try to put generalizations out there because, you know, I just showed y'all the video, but I can't remember right now. But which one do y'all think really happened? You know, I have my thoughts on what, you know, makes the most sense, but it's about y'all. It ain't just about me on this channel, but y'all let me know which one y'all think. And then I'm going to come in the comment section and I'm going to reply to all y'all, tell you what I think, man. Y'all share with me, man, because what y'all say matter on my channel. I don't know what happens on other people's channel, right? With that, I just need you to, the like button, share this. You know, I'm not as big on that. But like I said in the beginning, if I earn your subscription, you gave me your word that you was gonna let me get that. You did that. So last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on any and everything we put out. This is self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV. I'm outie.